Seeing all the work that we put on, seeing big moves, wishing they could make some. But they wonder where a nigga really come from. Being thirsty, they worry about the wrong one. Niggas all around wanna take us down. I beat it up like no other can. You can never get this love from another man. I know your body, baby, they can't understand. You've been the baddest in the street.
Welcome back, Scales Crew, to another episode of The Review It Alls, Season 3. And this is episode 2. And we are continuing these conversations that we are having. Now, tonight would have been a little different. You would have seen some different headwear, but then we decided not to do that. So we're going to have a normal conversation with you guys tonight. And tonight, as my special guest, I have a very, very talented, listen, y'all. Let me back this up. When I say he is very talented, I don't mean he got a little bit talented. Okay, this man is also one of the former cast members of G Status. If you don't know what that is, then you need to go over to the G Status network, which is still on YouTube, and you can check out G Status and its seasons. This man is killing it in the music scene. He has just done some great compilations. We're going to get into all of that tonight, and I am talking about the one, the only, Mr. Tramel. And if you don't know him by Tramel, you know him on Instagram as I am Tramel. So, Mr. Tramel, welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. This is so dope. Even though we had technical difficulties at other times, but I'm glad to be here and,
share my world. Don't you leave. Promise I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Finish it.
Let me hear.
Promise I'll be here whenever you need me near. Share my world.
Very sultry.
Thank you. You know that we're gonna get into that now. We're gonna get into
your tone. That's what's up.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So let's just jump straight in. Tramel, my viewing audience is a melting pot of folks. So, seriously, I had some people on from another reality web show on the 12th, and someone actually watched it and they were like, I didn't even know the show existed. I'm gonna have to start tuning in and stuff now. So I want to bring people to you guys so that way they can say, hey, he was just on, that's what he's up. Oh shit, let me watch. So hey, tell us a little bit about Mr. Tramel altogether. Mr. Tramel Harris, let us know who you are.
Well, I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I grew up really in a really middle class type situation, single parent home. And, my mom was a hard worker and stuff like that. She made sure she took care of me and my sister. And, I just grew up real, just humble and shy. I'm a shy person at heart, and I just don't play no games with people.
Okay.
If I could say that, I've always wanted to do something creative. I used to, I've taken all kinds of classes and all kinds of things. I used to draw, paint. I used to play instruments. I danced. I, done a little bit of everything. So, I'm just a melting pot, as you say, like your audience. I'm a melting pot of creativity flowing through this body. Most people wouldn't know that from looking at me because I am kind of shy sometimes when in certain situations. And it's not really that I'm shy. It's just that I'm very reserved when it comes to how I interact amongst people because, people can be really weird sometimes. They can be a little judgmental and a little weird. And I don't mind being judged, but what you're not going to do is not going to judge me on something that you don't know about me.
Period. Point in the blank with an exclamation mark behind it.
Yeah.
Period. So now I noticed that you said sister. You have siblings?
Yes, I have a little sister and I have a little brother, one on my mom's side and one on my dad's side. My sister actually did, I actually featured her on one of my songs. It's called Popped Off. If you want to go check that out, it's on all streaming platforms. Her name is A Judy. She's rapping. I was rapping on it. You know, it was a track, you know, that I did to diss a certain group of people that I previously.
And you said this is called what now?
It's called Popped Off.
Popped Off. Okay, I thought that's what you said. Let me double. I love a good diss track, you know.
Yeah, it's really a good one. That was my first time actually rapping, so I think I executed it really well.
Okay, that's what's up.
And it's also featuring Marley J. If y'all all streaming platforms, check out Marley J. You know, he has a great EP that's out. It's called No Hands. You know, go check that out.
Okay. Well, now speaking of EPs, now this isn't your first rodeo when it comes to music, correct? Now I know that just recently you came out with a new project that was actually a compilation of several different artists. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that project is called The Paradigm 2022, Volume 1. It was actually orchestrated by a wonderful artist named LS Lane. If you ever get a chance, go check her out. Check her out on Instagram. Her name is My Name is LS on Instagram. She just, you know, she just came across me in one way or another, and she reached out to me, you know, based off of another podcast that I did. And she asked me, she said she really enjoyed my music. She loved my sound and everything like that. And she just asked me if I would, you know, like to, you know, work on a compilation project that she was actually working on, you know, that's going to be distributed through Sony. So, you know,
a big label. You're doing big label things. Okay.
You know, I got distribution, you know. Okay. So I have 2 songs that are featured on that project. It was just released on April 8th. It's on all streaming platforms. Go check it out. There's some amazing artists on there, and myself included. But you get some new music from me and some great other artists, you know, from all over. You know, just check it out. It's a really good project. Everybody worked really hard, and it was amazing to see, you know, the support that we got from it.
And make sure viewers, y'all make sure that y'all watch this entire interview, because in between some of the clips, I am going to insert some of the actual music that he has sent me for you guys to listen to. Mm-hmm. So make sure you stick around. Okay? Hey. Anywho. Now, what actually like fueled you? What was your what drove your passion to actually start doing music, like as something very serious and not just like, you know, just touching on it here and there, but you actually got involved and invested in it?
So it's actually really funny. It might be a little bit long-winded, but I'm gonna try to make it short.
Do what you do. Say what you say. This is my show. Who gonna take it?
So I was on a web reality show called G Status ATL Hustle. I was filming 2nd season, and I had decided that I wanted to like create music. I wanted to create a song. I only wanted to do one song because that was something on my bucket list. I saw other people do it. I was like, oh, that would be really nice just to put it out there, just to have a song out. You know what I'm saying? So I actually spoke with one of the former producers of the show about me wanting to actually do and pursue music and then following that journey. And he was pretty much like, no, we're not going to film that, and we're not going to entertain that whole situation, pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
So basically your ATL Hustle wasn't gonna be showcased.
Not that one. They wanted to show me doing other things, you know, because I did a lot of stuff. You won't see most of it, but you know, I did a lot of things.
Look, tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth.
You know, I'll shame the devil, but that was something that I wanted to do. So you know, well, not knowing me, but if you get to know me, you'll know that anything that I want to do, I'm going to do regardless of whether it gets filmed or not. I was just more so like putting it out there like, hey, if you want to see me do it, if you don't, oh, well, cool. It's going to get done anyway. So
like, just stay tuned, boo-boo.
Yeah, just stay tuned. And then I got you. I got you. I got you. So I created the song with Jatwan from We Were Born. I don't know if you know that music group. They are
Yeah.
great, amazing. Him and Berlin, they're
We Were Born is freaking
amazing.
phenomenal.
Yes,
Oh
he
my
helped
gosh.
write
Like,
that song. He helped me, just because I had never written a song, I never produced anything, I never sang professionally. So it was kind of like, it was an experience. And when I tell you, it's not for the weak, it's not for the faint of heart, because there were times that I wanted to quit. I was like recording for hours and it was just not coming out right. He was like, nope, do that again. Okay, that was good, but you sound like you were dead. And it's like, just working it through. But I actually created the song. It's called Single. It was my first song. It came out in 2019, December 3rd.
You already know
it was received very well. Everybody,
Woo, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that song. I love it. I reached out to
everybody loves the song. They love
I was like, yo, you feel like remaking that? You want to remix that real quick? I got some bars. I would love it. And he was like, no,
not some bars. A lot of people have hit me up asking me to be on do a remix of that song. I was like, no, that's my baby. That's my first baby. I don't want to touch it. Don't want to touch it.
You know what? And I get it, because like some of my first joints that I've ever done, I wouldn't go back and redo them with anybody, because those were originals and that was like from the heart. I was something that was telling the story for me at that particular point in time. And so to kind of come back now to do it, like my very, very first solo joint that I had done was maybe 04, around in there. Because that's when I actually started my own label. So it was like, go ahead and get my little things off. I got the whole of the album done and stuff. And there's a couple songs on there that people were like, yo, we should remake that for the 2022. No, we should. And it won't happen because
it's not happening.
It's not happening. Those are my babies. So I totally understand when you were like, no, I get it. I was a little bit disappointed because I'm like, this song is a bop. It's on my Spotify. It's on my Deezer.
Oh,
baby, what?
I had to get familiar with Deezer because it got sent everywhere. So I was like, Deezer, I've never heard of that, but it's on there. Yeah,
like I distribute my music through Song Trader. And they actually help you when it comes to like getting licenses for like major TV networks and music used, and like say for instance you're in a restaurant and you just listen to the music playing, right? You can get licensed to be on there and stuff. We're gonna talk about that because I feel like that might be a nice little resource that might help.
You know what? I actually heard that the one that I use, DistroKid, I heard they doing something similar. I haven't looked into it because I haven't released any like music lately. So I haven't really like dug deep into what they offer now because I know they've done a couple of changes, but definitely would love to talk about it. Get some. I'm always down for learning something. You know what I'm saying?
I was getting like, I'm gonna DM you this right now and want to see your reaction. We'll talk later. Y'all want to see the reaction? You'll see it when you see it. Anyway, but no, so I get it. So certain things are kind of like precious heirlooms that should not be touched, tarnished,
right,
in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
So most people don't know that Single was my life story. That was my life journey. And I actually told the story, and it actually made me feel really good to tell like my story, because I felt like on the show, unfortunately, I didn't feel like I was really showcasing much of my actual personality or anything that involved my personal story. So in doing music, that actually opened me up to like telling my story. And I just turned myself into like a storyteller. At first I didn't think of myself as an artist. I mean, of course I was like doing music, and I was just like, I really enjoyed expressing myself in this way. It was just so therapeutic to me. And then, COVID started, around that time in 2020. So I wrote me a whole project about my feelings called 6-Page Letter, that's out on all streaming platforms. And I recorded all that music and I just released it because it just made me feel good. And that's what drove me. It just telling my story and, connecting with people on that level. And people like, oh, I like your song, or it made me, feel this type of way, or I really enjoyed it. It's really something I wanted to dance to and so That's what made me
That's why I
enjoy
told you
music.
single. I love single to death. I ain't single, but that song is a biggity bop. And I got
Me neither. I wasn't
got a
single
couple
when
of
I wrote it. I was just
say what?
I wasn't single when I wrote it. I was single when I thought about the feelings, but when I actually wrote the song, I was in the middle of dating someone. So
Well,
yeah.
like I said, it's a biggity bop. I already came up with a couple of like little combinations for it. And I promise you, I was like, I'm gonna talk to him. When I get a chance to sit down and talk to him, I'm gonna talk to him and I'm gonna ask him if he'll be okay with me using one of his tracks on like TikTok or something like that. And I can have a little combination on there and I tag you in it, whatever. And the only reason why I'm saying this is if you distributed that single and it went everywhere, because I mean, like I said, I got it on Deezer. So if it went everywhere, it could very well be available on TikTok.
Oh, I made TikToks with it. It's all my music on TikTok.
Okay, well then, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to check that.
Oh yeah, they tag me all the time. I had a few people tag me and they've used they used a couple of my songs on TikTok.
Okay. Well, yeah. long as I know it's all right,
oh yeah, it's totally cool. You know, I love now share. Like, how we ever gonna get famous if nobody shares it? You know what I'm saying?
But and there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It won't get heard if it don't get shared, baby.
And y'all the ones that got to do that. Y'all got to do it. Y'all be.
And you know what I used to tell people? I'm like, if you care about me, or if you like me as a person, you might not particularly like that song, or you like some of my songs. Share whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Share it with somebody else because they might like it and they might share it with somebody else. You never know where that share can go. So, you know, just share.
Because your song,
it's free to share. It's free to share. It's free to just take a little snippet because you'll share a mainstream artist song like, "Oh, have you heard that new such and such from trash?" I didn't say that.
You didn't. I did. Look. Everybody knows, especially if they watch this show or if you've been on the show, you already know. I'm highly opinionated. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna do it to cut you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of this shit out here be trash, and people be like, "Oh my God, you hear that? It's a bop." No, it's bop in the garbage. Don't share that with me. I don't even listen to a lot of like that's the reason why I'm listening to you guys from these shows off of YouTube, because your music is standing out to me ahead of everybody else that's out here. Because it's different. It's not the same old. Oh,
that's they call it mumble rap.
Yeah, I did a song where I was like, you know, but I pronounce my words. But at the same time,
you pronounce the words.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like that doesn't resonate with me. But the stuff that y'all are doing, it resonates with me. And I guess it's because I honestly feel like, you know, I look at you guys and I'm like, damn, y'all. When I was doing, and I'm proud of them. That's just what it is. Yeah, I don't even know, like, y'all don't even know me from a can of motherfucking Cheryl Williams paint. But just know from my mouth to your ears, guys' ears, and everybody else, y'all are dope. I appreciate what y'all are bringing to the industry, and I hope and pray and manifest that you guys get there.
I'll take those prayers. I'll take that manifestation. I be trying to manifest it all myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful for how far I've come, because I've come further than I ever could have imagined, honestly, because I never thought that. I just thought, you know, I put out some music and, you know, it might get a few da-da-da-da-das or whatever. Case might be, some people might be like, but like, even when I go out of town, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I love your music," and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, you heard that? So it's nice. It's nice to be recognized for, you know, doing something like, even when we had my the album release for the compilation, this lady came up to me. She said, "Let me tell you something. Your music, that song that you made, oh my God." She said, "I never heard nothing like that. You got a talent and you better, you know." I was like, "Oh,
Period.
You know,
She's not
I said, don't
lying.
make me cry up in here.
She's not lying. Like you got. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to artistic talent in which I admire, like, respect, and adore from the YouTube reality series cast members from different shows or whatever, you, Ike,
Love Ike.
Rico with the K.
Love Rico.
You know, those, you three right there, you all are in my top three. Why? Because you have a nuanced style soul about you, which I love.
You talking about my style? Oh, my style.
Your style is
My
dope.
style
Like,
it's so different.
it is, which is why it appeals to me. When it comes to him, he has that old school soulfulness.
Yeah.
Rico has that energetic bop that just make you just want to, even if you don't like it.
I told I was actually talking to, Carl, my friend, and I was telling him about Rico, like, with a K, and I said, Rico with a K, he reminds me of like that old school, like late 90s, early 2000s rap, like that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? He gives me like, when he raps, he gives me like E40 a little bit. Like, love Rico with a K. I love, like, he has bars and he don't play and he really enunciates his words. You know what I'm saying?
He does.
And he does. Like an amazingly talented singer. He's so talented. Like, I could put out one song a year if he wanted to, and they would still be like on his ass.
Period. He'll have like 1 million streams 2 years later.
Right. And me, what I think about myself is I don't try to be like anybody else, and I want to make my music relatable. I want to make it like, you feel something, or you can get something from the stories that I'm telling. Like, I try to connect. And I also try to make it, performance type. I love to dance. I love to perform. I love to, get into people's heads and stuff like that. And I love for people to tell me that they could relate to one of my songs. That's been the most amazing thing for me. So that's what I try to do. I think that's my lane, is just, storytelling and connecting.
Okay. Well, speaking of storytelling and connecting, I told you I was gonna connect the two. So you did the song, you did the single, and you told the former producer, hey, I want to do this, so on and so forth. And he was like, not out. So I'm gonna segue into this. Why do you feel like that was done? And I'm gonna be honest. Why do you feel like that was done specifically towards you? Because I saw on that season everybody else's hustles. I saw them. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. And the thing is, I didn't even know you were doing anything about music until the end of the episode, where it was like, stay tuned to watch da 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 ba ba ba. I watched it and was like, what? Hold on, play again. Instant hit, and I immediately got on my phone and got to searching all the different platforms that it was on, so I could go ahead and it was on my phone. Download. Thanks.
Yeah.
So why do you think that was? Because they damn sure showed you in a confrontation with somebody.
So
yeah.
The real Holyfield with that was, you never want somebody like me, somebody very demure, very like, I have a mouth. I'm a little shady, but I'm really not like a nasty, out there, showy, flashy type of person. So for me to get any type of shine or spotlight, he would actually have to take away from, I think he felt like, and this is just me and my personal opinion, but it's more of an educated opinion.
Yeah, hold on, let me stop you right there. The expressed views and opinions of what anybody is saying is not reflecting on one or the other. What I say is what I feel, period. What he says is what he feels, period. So, okay. Period. Sorry about that. Just wanted to get that out.
So I feel like he felt he felt obligated to take care of who he wanted to be his stars of his show, right? I was not necessarily a part of that group of people that he felt like would be somebody to pop out front. You know what I'm saying? He had favorites, and he did make sure that his favorites had all of their time shown. He did read the comments, and he saw who they took to, who they wanted to see win, who they wanted to see fail. And, I was one of the people that they didn't too much really want to see win. So he tried to make sure that I wasn't winning. He tried to give the fans what they wanted when they wanted it. And, so that's what the situation became. But once he saw like the song, and one time, I asked him, and it wasn't like all bad, you know what I'm saying? So I asked him to put my video in that episode, you know what I'm saying? So he did it, which was really nice of him to do. Of course, I was owed that at the end of the day, but
okay,
because anybody else could get it, so why not me? But he actually put my video in there, and it changed a lot for me when it came to the show and the dynamic. And he tried to, actually, it changed how he viewed me. But it was too late by then for me, honestly, because then he wanted to do all these things. He wanted to show me doing my music. He wanted to see me, being a part, doing my performances. I did my first performance, and he was like, "Oh, why wasn't I invited?" And I was like, "Well, you never really cared for my music when I presented it to you. So why would I involve you in a situation that would have been really major?" Because there was a lot of amazing artists there. There was, I got to perform with Tokyo Vanity, that's my best friend. That's my best friend, Lil Key, multi-platinum selling artist, at the end of the day. So yeah, he didn't get a chance to come to that event because I didn't feel the need to inform him. So it just was a ripple effect for me. So I just felt like he wanted to show me in one particular light, and he wanted to show other people in a better, more illustrious light. So that's just how it went. And it was cool until I got rid of it. I was like, it's time to go. It's cool. They're under new management now, though.
Well, hopefully this new management is going to come out with the reunion from last season that we've still been waiting on.
I heard it's in the works.
Well, that would be nice, because I've been, cliffhanger, been sitting here waiting. The fuck?
Oh, Lord.
And how many months has that been?
I don't know. Y'all waiting on this reunion. I'm telling y'all, this reunion wasn't given all of that. It was really short. It was actually a really short reunion.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure somebodies didn't know how to act, and they had to shut shit down, because that always seems to happen when certain people are around on certain reunions. They have to shut shit the fuck down because they can't control themselves.
Well, it was a riot in there, I will tell you that much.
And that's the thing that disappoints me sometimes about the show, is because I don't care if you are the EP and you own the production company or whatnot. Be better, be different. We don't have to go out there and show our natural Black asses in order to make a statement. That's not making a statement.
Wow.
That is not making a statement. And to me, it's disappointing. It's just like with another popular reality show on another network that's not chasing, it's on YouTube, but you have people who with you know what? I'm opinionated. You got people with long ass chins that's producing these shows and putting men in predicaments, getting hit with chairs and stuff.
Oh.
Now, what's the purpose of that? There is no purpose. That is just a bunch of mess, because really, I'm sorry, that's a disappointment. And anybody of our nature, of our ethnicity, of our orientation, hell, and you and I, of our age range, should be utterly disappointed in that, because here you are, you have someone here that's exploited herself and put herself out there to the world. And now she's exploiting these young men, but she's being a hypocrite about it. She's jumping on them and jumping down their throats for the same things that she did when she was on the show. And it's not.
So, I guess what I will say about that is definitely it is something to behold, to see that type of behavior being displayed, of course. I mean, because things like that, I don't know if they happen naturally. And if they do, then they just do. But I will say is that what I have seen, I won't talk about what necessarily goes on the show, but I have seen the after effects of what type of following and what type of support those particular cast members receive. You know what I'm saying? It's like instant stardom or fame in that way, like 2,000 people in their lives on a regular basis. Like that is something to behold. That is something to, I mean, it just really depends on what you do with.
That shit's scary.
It is scary, but it is also, if you use it the right way, if you do the right things, you could actually turn that into longevity. You could turn that into a brand. You could turn that, but you would have to do a lot of groundwork to rework that whole image if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So I can see the allure of wanting to be a part of those situations because it is something that is, instant fame. It's better than putting Gorilla Glue on your hair. It is better than, I don't know if it's necessary. It is probably better than, because you didn't have to do surgery or nothing like that. You just had to get on camera. People see you, your personality. They might take to you, whatever the case may be. But it could be something that could be beneficial to the people involved. So I can't fault people for going into those situations or using those situations to better themselves if that's their route. I mean, I'm not one of those people that tell people how to maneuver around their own life stories. You know what I'm saying? I think it's something alluring about, all I'm saying is there's something alluring about people watching that. Like there's a lot of people who watch that. There's a lot of people who support it, whether they don't like it or not, they're still watching and they still have that attachment to those people. So
you're right.
Yeah, that's all I can say about it. I'm like, if it works for you, it works for you. If it don't work for you, get out.
Now, speaking of, since we're talking about reality shows or whatnot, let's kind of let the audience in on a little secret. So, Tramel and I were both contestants for the Influence Me TV reality show competition.
I was trying to get on.
We were both trying our hardest to get on there. Like I made it to the fourth and final round. He made it to the fourth and final round. And the next thing you know, like I went to go check and see because we voted for each other.
Yeah.
So that's how you make it work, people. We voted for each other. And so I went to go check and see if it counted his votes. And at the bottom of the screen, it said, this contestant has been eliminated. I was like, shade.
I had like 4 people. I had like 4 or 5 people, extra people on top of you vote for me. And I was like, they didn't even count those votes until after I got eliminated. I don't know. There's something really funky dunky about that. But you know what? I understand that everything happens for a reason. And that probably wasn't the place for me to grow. And, there will always be other opportunities. And if they're not, you can always make your own. So that's all I say about that.
And it really didn't bother me. It really didn't. At first I was like, rude. You could have at least sent me an email and said, thank you for participating. However, don't just be like, bitch, you eliminated, bye. But then it made me start to think like, what's going on with this show? Because we didn't know where it was being filmed. We didn't know what the competition part of it was. We just knew that in these particular parts, we were supposed to be telling people about teen suicide and the JD Foundation and, getting free votes and trying to get people to donate and vote. So basically all they really wanted was the donations and the coins that we got for them. We garnered a lot of money for y'all.
I don't know
But
how much I garnered for them. I got them a few bucks, maybe. But what I will say is this: I have one friend who made it through, and I'm going to ask him about it.
Please
and I'll
do.
report back.
Please do, because
like he's still in there somewhere.
Yeah, because they just moved on to the semi. So like the semis was only a week. No, they get ready to start in a little bit. I think they had like a break, and then they start the semifinal round, and then they got the finals. But it was like it didn't make sense because the instructions that they gave were not correct. Because how can you tell us in one of the emails saying if you make it through to the winner, those who make it through this round get a guaranteed spot. I was reading that in the email and I was like, screenshot, just to be on the safe side. Then I went to the website and I got to reading some more stuff. I was just curious after I got it. And I was curious and I kept reading and I was like,
I stopped looking. It's not one of those things that I want to dwell on because it's gonna keep me from moving on and doing some other stuff that I really, really need to focus on. So.
Yeah, no. I'm not so much dwelling. It was just something on there that was some fine print that just didn't make sense. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. It was like, gosh, I just had it in my head before you said something. It'll come back. We'll talk about outside of this because it's not really. No, it like there were some things that were just inconsistent in the writings and whatnot that just made it seem a little, strange.
Well, all I can say is congratulations to whoever made it on.
Yeah, but be careful because that's what it was. On there, it said plainly that they were not affiliated. JED Foundation was not affiliated in any way, shape, form with Influence Me TV, but that's who we were raising money for. So that's why I was kind of confused. And I know the legal technicalities when it comes to like partnering up with other organizations and stuff and 501c3s. Not a big deal, but that didn't make sense to me. Why are they raising money for you all? And both parties are saying they have no affiliation with one another. So I was like, okay, all right, so be mindful. But congratulations to everybody that made it. Wish you well.
Congratulations. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, because it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It's okay. Now I want to know like your daily grind when it comes to when you put something out. Go through that. Like just like, okay, from completing your the song to getting everything ready for distribution and whatnot. How are you doing with your what do you do to promote your stuff? Like so that way those who may be watching are like, hey, I wonder how I can do this.
I'm still working out that plan. I try to go through a lot of my social media connects. I try to do a lot of interviews. Radio play is always a major thing when the song is radio friendly. But yeah, I try to hit up a lot of my connections and I try to do a lot of blogs and a lot of interviews like now, just to, put it out there that I do have music going because you never know who's going to hear or see something. So just try to keep busy and try to keep your name moving and circulating because, honestly, I will say this, like doing web reality was very easy to promote things when you had something to promote, you know what I'm saying? So without that, you really have to hit the grind. So it's really like, it's easier for some, and for people like me, you just really got to work. You got to work, and I'm out here, I'm just out here. So whenever I create a song, it takes me a while to actually like release it. I'm not one of those people that just throw together some stuff and just put it out just because just to say that I did it. I actually I'm releasing a song in May. It's coming out May 3rd. Pre-order is already up. It's called Shake That. It's featuring B Aquarius and Carl. He goes by K $Tar. I call him K Star. Mm-hmm. And I recorded that song maybe like 8 months ago. Like I've been sitting on that song for like 8 months because I just haven't found the right time. It was never the right time for me. I don't want to release a song like this in the winter time. It's got to be something when I think about when it's hot, what's going to be, what people are going to want to hear. You know what I'm saying? What climate is going on? You know, you got to think about all that type of stuff. So I would just say, if you're going to be an artist, think about what you're putting out, when you're putting it out, who your audience is, and, you know, how you're going to market it. And keep yourself busy. Just keep yourself busy. Reach out to people. Try to do as many interviews as you can, whether they be big or small. I would say try to do the ones that you don't have to pay for them, because your budget might get stretched a little too thin, because you might want to do videos, you might want to do, you know, promo shoots and stuff like that. So you won't have the money for that if you spent it all on, you know, some ads and stuff like that you won't be seen by nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So be sparing with the money, get you a budget, and just try to stick to it. You know, make some connections with some good people, and it's just telling them hey, I got this music out. Shit, hit the streets if you have to. Get some QRC cards. You know what I'm saying, with your information on there, a link to your song, so they can just take a picture of it. Boom, boom, boom. They can download it really easy. You know, people like easy accessibility. They want to see links. They want, if you say, oh, go download my song, nobody's gonna sit there and type in your name. Not too many people trying to do that, to go search for your one song. So make it easily accessible and just, you know, stay working.
Good advice. Really, really good advice. Really,
Yeah,
I hope some of y'all took that. You know what I mean? This is the second artist on here that I've had on here this year, this season alone. Just giving y'all some jewels. Y'all better be paying attention, because it seems like when I want to tell you, you're like, no, I don't think that's right. But you got two other people who don't even know me personally like that. We don't sit and kick it and go hang out and kickbacks and shit. And they just said the same things that I did. Y'all make sure y'all paying attention and doing the right thing. For real.
Right.
Seriously. Who have you worked with for your projects so far that you've put out? Besides, you just told us about Shake That. Of course, we know Shake That. And then we know that your sister jumped on the track with you. But who else?
Well, let's just say I haven't. This is my on my first project, I didn't work with anybody. I didn't work with nobody, because I wanted to see if I could really make a successful project all by myself before I wanted to incorporate features. I wanted to get to know myself. I wanted to get to know my vibe and how I, you know, maneuver and, you know, get comfortable with myself before I try to work with people. So my first collaboration was with my little sister and Marley J on that one song. But then I wanted to do more collaborations. So of course, the one that I have coming out now is with Shake That, is with B Aquarius and K-Star. And I also have another feature with her name is True.
Okay.
He's an amazing vocalist. It's a duet. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. It's gonna be on my project. It's like one of those, it feels like one of those songs that you just heard back in the 90s, one of those like duets, like male-female duets that you just like love. It gives
like
me
Wanye and Brandy,
Kiki Wyatt, yeah, like all that, you know what I'm saying? It really was inspired by Jennifer Hudson and Neo. Their song they have together called Leaving Tonight. It's kind of that same vibe, a similar concept, honestly. Not even gonna hold you up. It was truly inspired by them and that whole vibe. I love that song. If y'all haven't heard it, Leaving Tonight by Neo and Jennifer Hudson, amazing song. So yeah, I'm working with her, and I learned so much, you know, because she's a powerhouse vocalist and stuff like that. And you know me, I sing, but I don't sing, but I sing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot. I've gotten stronger vocally. Of course I was in vocal lessons, you know, for my first project. I ain't take none. I was just shooting out some vocals, you know. But on my new project, I definitely am giving y'all a little bit more vocal ability, you know what I'm saying, but still staying true to who I am, you know, my storytelling, you know, but I'm definitely giving you something to listen to. So I work with I work with True, work with Carl, but I wanted to do another feature. I'm still working on who I want to work with. The people are very nice and they say they want to work with me, but I feel like a lot of people just be playing. They be saying, "Oh, Tramel, we should do a song together." And sometimes they like, when people say they want to do a song with me, I look at them and I'm like, you want to do a song with me? And then sometimes I look at like some people I really admire that say they want to do a song with me. I'm like, oh yes, you know, anytime, just let me know. And even people who I've never really heard of, they hit me up like, hey, I want to do a song. I'm like, oh, I would love to hear your music, because I'm always down to listen to music, but you know, it's got to make sense. Like, I don't want to just be putting out a bunch of songs with people and it don't make no sense and it doesn't sound good, because I cannot do no bad features for nobody. I'm sorry, I can't do no crappy features. So definitely, if you want to work with me, I'm always down to listen to what you got and the concept. Yeah, that's how I collaborate.
I don't even know if I would. I did say something about doing single or whatnot with some bars, but like shit, after hearing, I don't even know. I don't know shit.
But you should always be like that though. Like, you can't be working with everybody, just be throwing out some stuff, because then people get to looking at you like, you don't even put out no quality music. Then you won't get the feature that you really want, because they're gonna think that you be, you know, bullshitting.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I get that myself. Learned that from a long time ago, early on. Like, you know, in 2004, like as we both know, it was really different.
Yeah,
totally different times. So, like, that independent game wasn't really.
It wasn't popping like that.
It wasn't popping like that, but I stuck with it.
Right.
I stuck with it. Here it is, 18 years later, my label is still going, and I'm actually mentoring people and stuff. I've gone into doing film and videos. I've always been interested in that and dabbled in it, but now that I've learned and done some more studying, yeah, like, so I don't give up, for one. Please don't give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. But from that point on, I just knew that I was like, you know what, hey, my style is my style. I do have an audience for it.
Right.
And the thing is, you can't always expect your material to be liked or accepted by everyone, because if it is,
that's not realistic.
No, it's not. And it's not to me, it's not genuine. If everybody in the world is loving your stuff, you got millions and trillions and billions of fans and they just love it, something's not right in your music. It's not really touching you. You're touching them here, but I don't really feel like you're touching them here, because if you touch some people here, some people are going to disagree with what you're saying in your music. It's going to hit them and they're going to be like, you know what? They might not like to have a favorable opinion of the artist, but they're going to continue to listen to what they're saying on the rest of their album. And whether you trash it or you continue to like it, whatever the case may be, you listen to the whole thing.
Right.
It was another set of ears. You never know. So I mean, that's just my outlook, my opinion on it. But I mean,
what I've learned, like, your biggest fan base will be strangers. The best advice, the most genuine connections you can get from people are strangers. Because to be perfectly honest, I just dealt with this recently. You know, when I first started doing music, you know, I had this group of friends that just, you know, they supported me. You know, they came to, you know, a lot of my first performances and stuff like that. And if I had a listening party, they would come and stuff like that. But then after a while, it just got to a point where I guess, you know, I didn't really like push it on them, and I didn't really make them come to everything. But if I had something like I really wanted them to come to, I would, you know, shoot them a text and say, hey, you know, you come to this, da, da, da. So then it got to a point where I guess the support was just like dying. Like, oh, I really don't believe in Tramel's music and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. And these are people who are supposed to be my friends, you know, like,
yep.
But like, and it would make you sad if, you know, if there was nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I have so many people who don't know me who would love to come or who would love to give me a compliment about my music. So it's just like, it's okay if those particular friends or that particular group or that particular, support system doesn't quite rock with you like that no more. I don't know if it'll necessarily change your friendship. It changed mine. I ain't gonna hold you up. I don't deal with nothing, because it's just like, you could have told me that. Like, if you don't want to come, you don't have to come. You know what I'm saying? At least congratulate me at the end of the day. Even though you don't support it, congratulate me. Just say, I see you. That goes a long way. But if strangers can do it and the people who've been around you for years can't do it, just off the strength of y'all's friendship, it's just something weird there.
It says a lot. It speaks volumes.
A lot. It speaks volumes of them, but it shouldn't affect you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm learning. But because you still have people who still support you, you still have a reason to continue to do what you do. At the end of the day, you shouldn't quit for nobody but yourself.
Right.
Say that. But yeah, but to your point, yeah, it's just like, somebody's going to like it and not everybody's going to like it. Even the people closest to you might not like it, but as long as it's doing something for somebody and you have a reason and you're enjoying it, doing it, continue to do it and just get better and try all kinds of things. I say try different things, but don't lose who you are.
And that's hard to do. Like I was saying before, like I started like doing everything hardcore in 2004, but before that, like in the 90s, like Crisscross came out. That was when I first recorded my first rap demo. Like I was doing that for a very long time, and then I kind of stopped just a little bit when I got to college, because I went to North Carolina A&T. Shout out to my Aggies. But no, like, did it for a while, and I was still getting in freestyle battles and stuff like that. And I mean, I took chorus all throughout middle school, high school. So I mean, of course, the vocals were there if I wanted to push like that. But it was like, I guess that was me finding out who I was as an artist then.
Right.
Because once that transition and I came home and started, living a 9-to-5 working life, and then it was like, married, got kids, this music thing not going away. I got to do something. It was itching at me. And now it's like I've scratched that itch and it's comfortable. And sometimes I get that itch every now and then. I'm getting the itch now to where like I'm getting ready to hop right back in the booth.
Right.
Right on over there. I'm out of the corner. That's all right. And I gotta finish putting the rest of my song. It's my office right now too, because I work from home now. Yay! Yeah, but before we wrap things up, I did want to ask you, who would you like to work with? Is there anybody, former castmates, other castmates of other shows, or just in general, non-celebrity? Let's keep it us common folk.
On a local level.
Yeah. Keep it at, I wouldn't even say local, but just any type of, like, because I'm pretty sure you're streaming and I've heard of other independent artists across the country. So like, just name a few.
Who would I like to work with? I actually would like to work with Rico with a K. We actually been bouncing around the idea. He gets mad at me, I get mad at him about like working. So maybe I hit him up one good old day and we can work on something. I would like to work with him.
I can see y'all making a dope ass, like, not.
I think it would be a real good track.
Yeah, I was gonna say not so much a love song, but like something real sensual. Like I can hear him, and then you sing that hook. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
The thing is like I would want to do a fun song with him. Like I would want to do like a dance, dibbity bit, something like Get Money or something like that. A Get Money song. I would like to do that. Huh?
Who says you only have to do one song?
Oh, because his price. He's worth. He got a price. He got to pay for this thing. You ain't gonna be just throwing around just 2-3 songs. That man costs money, so you don't You don't just say, "Oh, I got this. We gonna do like 15 songs together." You know,
You'd be like,
no,
okay.
you
Well, I
crazy.
look, I hope your bills are paid up for the next
Right.
7 months. 15 songs. No, I get it though. Like, yeah, Rico, definitely I think I could see you guys doing something together though.
Let's just say I would want to work with like, I would actually really like to do a song where We Were Born.
Yes, that would be
I would love to do a song with them.
that would be beautiful.
Yeah, I would love to do like something really dope with them. Who else? There is a singer, I really respect him. I don't know if we probably never worked, but his name is Kyrie Gaines. He has this amazing song called Booty Call. It's so good. It's such a good song. I have that on repeat. There's this other singer, his name is Vince. He has an amazing song called Cafe in Paris. Amazing. I would love to work with him. He's dope vocalist. Yeah, those are just a few people that I've noticed around. I like to listen to a lot of independent artists, you know what I'm saying? Because hey, I'm indie, my damn self, so why not? Rapper wise, because those were like, well, other than Rico with a K, the rest of them were singers. Another rapper I would probably like to work with is his name is Tell It. He's an amazing rapper. If you don't know him, Lord Jesus, you need to get him up on here. He will show out and show off for you. But he has bars for days. He has a project out called Hawk Season. Tell It, TELID.
Oh,
Check
okay.
him out. My favorite song off his project is called Pretend. He got bars. That's all I got to say. He got bars. And that's it for right now. That's all I can think of right now. But yeah, there's a lot of great dope artists out there. And I'm not scared to work with nobody. I would love to, check out just about anybody, as long as we mesh. You know what I'm saying? As long as if I feel like we got something that we can work on together, then yeah.
Okay, for sure. Sorry, that's not fur baby back there. I want to make sure he was
No, that's okay.
But no, that's dope. I look forward to hearing more coming from you.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. I'm actually thinking of my project is, I got 2 songs there's one that's already been recorded. It just has to be mixed and mastered. And I want to do another song. I'm not sure what I want the vibe to be. I thought I wanted to be upbeat, but I think I want to, I don't know if I want another slow song. So it might have to be upbeat. I might do 2. I might do 2 more, and then I can put my project out. But yeah, it's coming. But Shake That is gonna be one of the songs off of the project. It comes out May 3rd. Another song that's gonna be on the project definitely will be Favorite. I don't know if you've heard that. Favorite by Tramel. That's my slow jam baby right there. It came out, last year, but I'm definitely putting it on this project because I can.
Okay.
Just run it up, listen to my stuff, check me out.
Of course. So make sure you are streaming, you are clicking, you are liking, you are viewing Mr. Tramel, because I promise you, this is not the only place you're going to see him. Social media is not the only place you're going to see him. YouTube reality is not the only place you are going to see him. You are going to see this man in lights. So be ready. And remember, you saw him here all on my channel and other people's channels, and but most of my viewers, some of y'all don't even know the other channels, so you saw him here first. Don't forget. Okay, don't forget. But real quick, any shout outs or anything you want to give anybody before we get out of here?
Just shout out to all the independent artists out there doing their thing. I see everybody. I support everybody. If any of my friends or any of the, people that I know or just, have associated with, if they got some music coming out, they post it up, I post, I repost, I buy the singles. Buying is caring, is sharing, what I'm saying? I share, and I love to put people on, and I hope somebody will put me on one day, just support us. Shout out to everybody.
Shouts out to everyone. So thank you so much, Mr. Tramel, for doing this interview. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for just gracing the world with your presence and your music because it's needed.
Oh, you know, thank you, God, for putting me here.
Okay, amen and ashe on that. So
Right.
make sure y'all tune in next week, and it's going to be. You got to check out the promo to find out. So guess what? We
Yeah, I
gonna see
thought-
y'all later, and we are out of here. Bye, y'all.